He's got a radio show, I guess. Seems like he watches YouTube golf, and he thinks I'm fat.
Bang me.
Living in the simulation.
Must be a pretty slow time in sports.
There's a lot of people out there that watch that show.
Oh, jeez.
Don't cry, Perez. Don't cry.
Fantasy football, I'm probably going to come in last for the Brilliantly Dumb Show League, and the punishment is the classic Waffle House or IHOP punishment where I got to spend 24 hours there. Each pancake deducts an hour, and I don't know if I go with the Waffle House pancakes or do you go with the IHOP pancakes. IHOP, you were saying that they're not that big. I feel
IHOP's
like
not that
I
big.
don't think either of them are really massive.
Denny's has big pancakes.
Yeah.
I think.
they have big pancakes.
Yeah, Denny's does. How many pancakes can you eat?
Or we're gonna find out. I mean, we're gonna after that. That's the only thing that I was gonna request is that I don't have to, like, at least I get a little bit of a break after that dairy after the challenge we did.
That was one of the
For
worst
Christmas.
things.
When's this episode coming out? Can we talk about it?
Yeah.
The 20th.
And when is the Thursday before Christmas?
It'll be the next
21st.
day.
21st.
But we won't give anything
Down
we
the
won't give
side. No, so
anything
talk
out.
about it. Go for it. Because it's gonna be tomorrow.
I
Comes
told,
out tomorrow.
I told Perez in the car before the challenge that we just did, the Christmas challenge. I thought the hot dog challenge couldn't get any worse. This challenge of drinking milk and eating cookies in the Florida sun, mind you, 20 cookies, whatever we had to eat, 50 total. I think was the worst.
The milk sucked.
It was awful.
I chugged it and my stomach felt hardened like a rock.
You're not supposed to
like
drink that
it
much
was
milk.
it expanded, and then the first thing you want to do is just burp. But I was so grossed out. I was like, if I burp right now, I am going to puke everywhere. So I just kind of like stood there and I was just like, it was fucking brutal. And then the cookies like accumulated, like, and were just, it was like by the end you're like, I don't want to have another fucking cookie, man.
Yeah, it really does kind of. I mean, it didn't really affect you guys too much. I mean, I've had it. My desire for Taco Bell since we did the taco challenge. Not that I won't eat it, but I don't have that burning desire for Taco Bell that I used to have. I don't crave it anymore at
That's
all.
a problem because we were going to
That's
be
sad.
doing a Chick-fil-A challenge, and that's going to bang you.
That would be tough to lose. if it was in my power rankings, by the way, Wendy's has surpassed Chick-fil-A. of late. Yeah, it really has, man.
Whoa.
It's just not by much, but it's there.
What did it for you?
You know what? It wasn't the last rep we had, because the last rep we had was a little bit off, but just consistently, they're so good. The Baconator fries, it just slightly
product,
above.
man.
Yeah, I mean, it just barely.
They've got, I believe they have the best breakfast.
That's a new thing that I had just had
that's the best
too.
I believe Wendy's has the best breakfast.
I don't know they have breakfast.
Bold new claim.
They're
on the Stubby Camp.
those breakfast potatoes. I've said it a million
the
times to a
breakfast
million
potatoes
people.
slap.
But those breakfast potatoes are maybe to McDonald's fries. That McDonald's fries may be the only fast food potato of any time of day better than those breakfast potatoes.
It's good. Yeah, we had it at the airport. That was the classic airport run where I called ticket and I was
that was
like,
Miami too. We
That
got
was in Miami.
we got
What'd
to
you
be careful for that one.
What'd you do? I don't remember this.
we were at the airport. Our flight, it was like 8 a.m, and I called you to get you breakfast because you were getting over to the gate, and I'm like, literally like 7 or 8 a.m, and I called him. I was like, ticket, like, what do you want from Wendy's? He's like, oh, thank God you found a Wendy's. He's like, I'll do a Dave's triple.
It was wild.
I'm like, ticket, it's 8 a.m,
Breakfast,
dude.
dude.
He's like, damn.
They were boarding already. Remember? They
Yeah,
were
they're
like, we're boarding.
Yeah,
We're like,
that was
oh,
tight.
shit.
I had to bring the sandwich
Miami.
onto the plane and give it to him as I walked by to the back row.
That's right. So I did have their breakfast. That was a damn good sandwich.
Right?
Good.
That was it's not McDonald's, but it's very, very good.
Oh, I think it's better.
You do?
You
I
do.
yeah.
Do you like a particular item more than you like everything else, or do you like the whole breakfast menu?
I'm probably not the person to like make an overarching claim like that because I
Okay.
usually like one thing, but like their honey buttered chicken biscuit
Oh,
to me
That's right up your alley.
is a better chicken biscuit than anybody else has.
That's fair.
And I think I would imagine based on the quality of what I eat, that the other stuff's pretty damn good too.
You know, even the sandwich I had, they tease it to where it's like a bacon sandwich. They treat it like the Baconator, and it even kind of looks like it, and it's the real deal.
Yeah, Wendy knows what she's doing, man.
She is.
She does.
I think the Baconator, well, I don't know if I think this anymore, but for a long time, I used to think that the Baconator was the best sandwich in fast food.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
said that often.
Yeah, but now it's gotten to a point where the bacon's just too much. Just give me a Dave's triple. But
That was one of the fattest things ever.
Dude, a triple is just
It
triple
really
is wild.
is. It's too much meat.
I disagree. I think it's the exact right amount of meat.
But wouldn't you rather? I think we've talked about this, but wouldn't you rather get a double and then just get a single hamburger? Like you don't think
That's
that
so much
meat-
more bread. That's the same amount of meat, but
at
more
that,
bread.
At that point, though,
Guy getting a triple, you're concerned about like the bread.
Are you
Seems
saying not to get
wild.
the triple because of the mouth issue, like getting it over that whole burger?
not that. I just think with the ratio, you get so much more meat than the bacon, the cheese,
Look at this.
and the.
This guy
bread.
can't get over the
The
cord,
wires are
man.
tough,
The
man.
wa-
Wow.
There you go. See, now I got space.
Back up and running, fellas. Film week wise, where do we rank this film week amongst other ones that we've had?
Jet, what do you think?
I think content wise, it's probably number one, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, vibe wise is up there too, but we've had trips in other places which were also just a great time. But I think content wise, it's number one, right?
I think we have
Just the
two
bullets.
of some of our best videos that we filmed in the last recent time period between the Wheel of Drinks challenge and then the Christmas challenge. I think those two videos alone have made this trip like awesome. And I think then if you couple that with the behind the scenes stuff that we've gotten with the RV and like just us going around the country around the state of Florida and whatnot, I would say it's definitely been one of our most productive.
There's a
sure.
sneaky video with one father.
Oh, yeah,
that
that's
is
gonna be
going
really
to go crazy.
I would kill to be with you for when you first watch that. I really
Me or
would.
him?
You.
have it
You.
circled
I'd
on
really
the
want to be with.
calendar.
I'd
There
like to
is
watch
a- that
Yeah.
video might go
By the
wild.
way, so we filmed with FP's dad, and then we went and we grabbed a bite after we all showered. He comes and he sits on the table and he goes, "Man, I really felt like I answered the bell today."
Yeah, he did, man. He totally
He's a
did.
crazy person.
Perez walked in. He's like, "That shirt is truly one of the worst shirts I've ever seen." And he looks at Perez. He's like, "What do you mean? It's got rockets on it. It's great." And then Perez looks at him. He's like, "It's ripped all along the bottom."
Yeah, dude. He's started to get into these short sleeve button down shirts that have like really
Swaggy, dude.
big artwork on them, like not like the tight logos, but the really obnoxiously large stuff. And he thinks it looks so good, and you can't tell the guy anything. He's 60 years old, but he's short. He's a very short guy. So he, for a long time, was taking these shirts. They were too long on him, right?
Yeah.
So he would take them to a tailor to get them to like properly shorten the shirt so it didn't look so ridiculous on him. And I guess at some point along the line recently, he decided that was a waste of his time. He could do it just as good as they could. So I look at the bottom of his shirt, and it's like zigzag. Like he cut it, and he was hammered when he did it or something, or it wasn't cutting right. I'm like, dude. He's like, I take him to get hair. I'm like, you did not take that. She's like, I guess my tailor was drunk. It's like he's out of his fucking mind, man.
When we were at Food Plus Beer, the restaurant that we were at.
Ridiculous
Great
name.
name. I mean, look, it was fucking great.
It was really good. It was really good.
You guys
You
did yourself.
ever been to a
Yourself.
bodega in New York?
Yeah, oh,
they're
they're
all
the
called
best.
like good food plus drinks. That's
Yeah.
what it like says on the top
Yeah.
of all of them.
But so I was telling his dad, I was like, I guess I made some offhanded comment just trying to be funny or something. I was tired. And I was just like, yeah, it's a super cool shirt, man. And he looked at me and he was like, yeah, it is. And I was like, yeah, it is. He was like, you want to go outside right now? And I think he was kidding. But for a split second, I was like, am I about to go outside with Nick Stubbe's father? Kevin Stubbe? And there was something in his eye that told me he was only half kidding.
He doesn't fuck around, man.
He would
This
drop your
nervous
ass.
moment. You think so?
Oh,
He does look like a strong guy.
He works out. He works out.
Yeah.
He's got a bench in his garage.
Really?
As all fathers
he puts
do.
his gloves on with the fingers out of him, and he just pumps iron.
Dude, he is.
He's an interesting guy, dude.
He's got a bench, but he didn't have a kitchen sink
That's
for
right.
the longest time.
Is
which-
that a real story?
Yeah, he
Or
had a
you guys
plumbing.
just-
He had a plumbing issue, and they had to basically rip out all the plumbing in his house, and he just never really, and that involved like tearing the kitchen cabinets out and everything, like at the bottom, and he just never. I mean, it was like 2 years that he just never got around to putting a kitchen back in, and yeah, it was pretty bad.
That is wild.
He set the tone from the second he got in the cart with me on the first hole. The first conversation that he started with probably is going to get cut. Were you there when he came in with that?
At the second hole, I heard him talking about some stuff.
He set
In my head,
the
I was like, "Oh my
fucking-
goodness!"
He set the fucking tone, dude.
Look at him be.
Yeah, he set the tone, and then it was just kind of balls to the wall from there. Yeah, I think content-wise, it was one of the best. The thing that I'm really excited about, I know you guys are too, is, and it was hard for us to do it prior. We teased it in Canada, and people loved it. And there was not one person I saw that was upset with it. Is the behind the scenes, and I think a lot of people wanted even more of the behind the scenes for it to be longer. I think some of them would prefer it over the golf. Like they want more and more. And we got our guy Jensen back on the ones and twos, so to have a camera rolling on all the shenanigans that happens even off the golf course, I think is crucial, and I think people will really enjoy it. I hope they do.
Gator Tour.
Gator Tour was a flop.
Whoa!
Gator Tour was a flop.
I'll tell you what.
It was.
I was gonna say the best part about the Gator Tour was just being in the boat going fast.
Yeah,
that was
cool.
sick.
Yeah.
That was swerving,
going out there
He
and
could-
coming back.
He could
At one
point, I
drive that
thought we were-
shit.
He was good
He
at
was
it.
awesome. Like the Gators were just sleeping the
I
whole time, but
thought
he
it-
was awesome.
The drone
guy-
footage is sick.
The drone footage is
That
sick.
would be-
The
that would
drone
be
guide was
sick.
awesome, but I wanted to see you like wrestle a gator.
I thought he was going to take like raw chickens and throw it into the water for them to wrestle and like start biting it and shit.
I kind of thought it would be more like the zoo in the sense of I thought we would.
What?
I thought, yeah, I thought we'd see.
zoo?
I thought we were gonna see more animals. I thought there would be
Yeah.
more.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a little underwhelming. It
It
just
was the boat ride was sick though. The swerving around
Yeah.
like, water.
Did you
was
think
awesome.
at
When
one
he
point
cut
that
it
he
into
might
that
flip the
sawgrass?
boat?
Yeah, through the sawgrass. Yeah,
We need
I was-
more chaos.
It was great.
Yeah, we
He
needed
shouldn't
something
have
crazy.
teased the python. He shouldn't have said a word about the
python is what got everybody's
unless
hopes
he
up.
saw a python.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have happened. Shouldn't have
Yeah,
been
the wildest part was the video on his phone that he showed us before we left.
Correct. Yeah.
Of him wrestling a python. That
Yeah,
was
I
sick.
thought we were getting some kind of shit like that. I was like, oh man.
I was concerned because he
Lucy.
said he was talking about how much they camouflage, and we saw one like Lucy fall under the water, and then I was afraid she was going to surface on the other side of the boat and just like pop up. And
Yeah, it had like the
it
Jaws effect.
There was a
almost,
weird.
kind
needed
of.
that.
Yeah, it was a little strange.
she did.
Yeah, I just
I would do it again, but I would just tell the guy to just like, can we just ride around in this
Yeah.
thing? Like, can we just rip around, like, do some like wild shit in this
When he
thing?
was- yeah, when
and
he
if we
was
see
going-
a gator, like tight.
When
Yeah.
he was
So,
going
like-
through, like he turned a corner, and you're like, this is a field.
Yeah.
We're just cruising.
Yeah,
through
we
a
feel the
It's
dream.
pretty
You know,
cool.
whatever you want.
Pretty
dude.
sick.
Vegetation everywhere, right in the middle of the freaking swamp. It was cool to see.
Cutsy kind of had like the craps table effect in a sense of like Cutsy would give him facts about the Gators that he'd be like, yeah. He's like, it's true. Or like, Cutsy would be like, you owe me $5. And the guy would be like, yeah, you do owe him $5. He kind of like would tell him facts and the guy would be like, yeah, that's right. They are nocturnal.
I love animals, man. I love like wildlife. Like if I could, I would feed the thing right in like off the boat.
You're Joe Exotic.
You were enjoying it.
I'm not Joe Exotic,
become
but
a
like
nuisance.
I think those gators, man, they're not gonna fuck you up that much. I mean, they could rip an arm off, or they're not gonna kill you.
Oh my god.
By the way, fucking you up that much includes ripping an arm off.
I believe
Yeah,
that's
but that's
in
like
that
the worst
category.
case scenario. Like that's a very rare.
He told a whole story about how it happens way more often than people think.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I'm
Way
just
more
saying, I
often than
was not
Coca's thing.
scared at all of those gators. Now, if it was Crocs, then you have something to be worried about. But those gators, they don't want anything to do with you. They're very timid. They're not going to be overly aggressive or like come up and start like what you said, like jaw. Like they just would never do that. They would stay clear of the boat.
What's your favorite wildlife species?
Probably the Bengal tiger.
Wow.
Tell me something about a Bengal tiger.
He's on the Jaguars tonight, though.
I'm on the Jaguars tonight. Yeah, that's true.
Tell me something about a Bengal
Bengal tigers,
Give me a
dude?
fact about
Oh, they're just like if you think of like the apex predator in the animal kingdom, the Bengal tiger is like, first of all, it hunts at like night. It's like nocturnal, so you can't even see it. The camouflage it has, and it can climb trees, it can run, it can swim, it can fuck you up. And it's just like it is.
Great name too.
Yeah,
They're in
dude,
India, right?
Yeah, they're in India. Yeah,
Kind of want to take the Bengals tonight now.
yeah. Well, if Burrow was there,
They do hunt at night.
They do.
It's a night
Monday nights.
By the way, that guy telling us, I think like you always talk about some of the worst ways to go, shark attack, all this different stuff. I got a new worst way to go. That story of how the gator pulled that lady in by her arm and then they just bring you all the way down and you drown. Like they don't even just eat you, they just bring you all the
Well,
way
they do a death
down.
roll, so they would grab you and then just start flipping
Yeah.
around like in like a circular motion.
That's right.
I would fucking
You're
fight for my life,
Yeah,
man.
you would.
I would start gouging the thing in the eyes, whatever you could do. I mean, listen, I'm not tougher than a gator, but if something like that's going to take me down, it's going to fucking have to earn its meal. Let's put it that way. And let me tell
What a
you,
meal it would
it
be.
would have a hell of a meal
What
once
a
it got
meal
me
it would
down
be.
there. Because I am packing on some extra lbs, and this trip has not helped. We have banged ourselves, gentlemen. The food eating on these trips.
This was one of our worst.
This is our most shameful.
We gotta do something, man.
One of our most shameful trips to date, and I am a massive part of it myself. I'm not pointing any fingers. We are all we have got to do some soul searching.
Yeah.
It's just too easy.
Yeah,
man.
we do.
It's too easy.
Terrific about it.
It's just too easy to sit around with the boys and order food. It's
Yeah, it
too
really is.
easy, man.
It's actually
they gotta
it's
make
almost
it
as
harder.
good as getting it.
Yeah,
The ordering, you're like, what are you gonna get? What are you gonna get?
And well, the game's
And once you
on.
like, it's
The
all
game
that.
is
Like
on.
once you order it, it's
Too
like it
easy.
sucks.
I know,
It's like once
'cause-
you put the order in, you're like, ah, fuck.
I got one salad on this trip, and honestly, I regret it.
What the fuck did you
I
get
was
salad?
that was
Where'd you
I
get
ate
the
you know-
salad?
You know how many
Where'd you
nuggets
get
I ate?
salad?
I probably ate
Yeah,
120
I mean,
nuggets on this
At
trip.
Tim
Easily.
Tesoro score at
Oh,
Tesoro.
Jesus.
I ate 120 nuggets on this trip.
Yeah, you did.
That's right. That's right. That's
Couple
right.
hot, it's a lot of hot mustard too.
Call you the Nuggy King.
We've said it
a whole
before.
lot of
I
Sprite.
think one of my favorite, like, I think peak Bob Does Sports is when we're around the couch and Perez is putting in the fast food order and everybody's going around with what they want. Like, vibes at that time
Games on.
are so high. Like, if you could just bottle that, like, that's peak stuff.
Have we talked?
Speaking of that,
I was gonna say.
what are we gonna have for dinner?
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely.
have we talked
Really
about
good question.
Well, let's get
I
that
got
order
something
in.
for us too.
I was gonna say we probably have the same thing.
What?
Have we discussed? Because I don't
bag.
remember my bag.
We got to discuss the bag.
Oh,
flying
jeez, I
out of
forgot
the
about
RV.
that.
Well, I was going to discuss.
oh my
have we
God.
talked about Boomer Esiason yet?
Oh, we got to talk about that too.
Hashtag boomer bang.
Have we- did we talk about that
Boomer
last
bang
one?
me.
No, I
no,
don't
we
think we
haven't.
have.
So you got Boomer and you got the bag one.
Yeah.
Let's do those two things and close it down with a little food order.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Boomer Esiason, he banged me. I guess
Tell your story, FP.
he's got
Tell the world.
he's got a radio show, I guess, with Gio.
Yep.
The Gio, shout out Gio. We appreciate the support. Seems like he watches YouTube golf, and he brought that attention to Boomer. Boomer looked me up, and he thinks I'm fat. And I am.
Oh my God, he's huge.
Oh my God,
he's huge.
That was, by the way,
If you had Boomer Esiason flaming FP on like some
Yeah.
bingo card,
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
who would have thought?
That's some big plus money right there.
Yeah.
man,
Yeah,
yeah.
Boomer banged me.
And then he banged you again.
And then, the next day, must be a pretty slow time in sports. If Boomer is talking about me 2 days in a row.
There's a lot going on in sports
we,
right
we
now.
need the NBA regular season to really take like a foothold. And the bowl season needs to get going because Boomer needs something.
He's on national radio and he's like, this fat Perez guy. He's like, he says every day he's fatter. the next. It's the fattest he's ever been. And then like watching Perez while he's watching that, and Perez is just on the couch. It's just like,
yeah, you got a great angle of it.
Yeah, he's like, is this him? And Gio's like, yeah, that's him. He's like, wow, he is huge.
wow, he's huge.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He said, "Oh my god."
Oh my god!
Oh my
He
God.
said, "Oh my god!"
Oh my
God,
He's
he's
like,
huge.
Oh
he's
my
like,
God.
"Is this him?" And they're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh my god, he's huge."
We're gonna have to play the boomer clip. J-Dog, if you could roll that over.
Jensen, pull up that clip of Boomer flaming FP.
Nope, not that one. Not that day. Yep, day before. Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
And there's a new guy that I just got involved with named Fat Perez.
Fat Perez.
And Fat Perez is like a 2 handicap.
Okay.
And he looks like Pat Perez, the golfer, but he's much larger than Pat Perez, the
Let me see
golfer.
how fat Perez is.
And he's great at golf. And then when he sinks a birdie, he does this Euro step thing to a layup.
Is that him right there?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, he is huge.
Yeah. And he says that every day that he lives is the fattest day of his life. That's what he said. He's fatter than the previous day.
And he's a 2 handicap.
He's a 2 handicap. He's a great golfer. He's a great putter. He's great at everything.
I don't need it. I don't need what you're doing. I don't need what you're doing. And I certainly don't need what Boomer's doing. Leave me alone. I just want to fucking play golf with my fucking friends, dude. I just want to play golf with my fucking friends, alright? And eat a little bit. Oh my god. Is that a fucking crime? Is it a crime to play golf and eat a lot? Fucking arrest me, dude. Fucking lock me up, Boomer. Lock me the fuck up, dude. Piece of shit. Oh. Boomer, baby.
He's a funny guy.
That is why, and everybody was messaging about it too. There's a lot of people out there that watch that show.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, I mean,
Thank you for that. I
yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah, I mean, look.
I appreciate that.
A bunch of
I see what you
it
did there. I
is.
like that.
Way more people than I ever would have thought.
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
Saw the number that said, "Wow, that's a lot of people."
Don't cry, Perez.
Don't cry, Boomer.
That's what we
cry.
calling him, Crybaby Perez.
Don't cry, Boomer. Boomer died like a dog.
Tell the folks about the bag.
You want me to tell him about
I want you to
that?
tell them about the bag.
All right, so we're driving down the road, right? No, so we're on the road. I think we're heading from Sarasota to Naples, and we've done this plenty of times. We've packed the RV back up, and we've gotten it all out and packed it up again numerous times. I think at this point, 5-6 times.
Yeah,
we had a good rhythm going, and then we were heading to Naples, and we take a hard right. A hard right.
left. It was a
But
hard left.
A hard
Yeah, it was a
left.
hard
Hard left. And nothing we hadn't done before.
It's just your standard left turn.
But on this day, on this day of
true.
days, Jets bag, I believe.
Was it your bag?
It was my bag.
On
I didn't,
wheels.
I didn't push
bag
it.
It was just
all.
sitting in the middle of the RV.
On wheels. And I, out of the corner of my eye, see this thing start picking up some steam.
Me too.
Towards the door. And it just kicks over the stairs that you would use to walk out the RV and punches the door open.
It barreled
and
through it.
flies onto highway traffic.
Onto the road and just flies on the road,
skidding.
smacks the curb. I couldn't believe what I saw. And from my view as the driver's seat, I'm looking. I see this thing just say like, I'm out. I'm fucking out of here, dude.
I'm gonna head out.
I'm gonna head out. Like, these guys are fucking clowns. I'm out.
Like that guy who puts like his face on things afterwards. Like, and he puts his face on it. Just
Yeah.
like, peace, dog. I'm out. Dude.
Yeah.
You know.
That first, my 2 cents. First of all, that bag is so fucking heavy. I don't know
That has
what.
nothing to do
Yeah,
with
it
this.
does.
No,
No, it shouldn't have
doesn't.
barreled through the door.
No,
think it-
the bag
Well, it
shouldn't
does
have
because
been there.
it does because it pushed. It was so
It
heavy.
had more
that,
weight behind it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's fine.
yeah.
I won't bring
But
clothes
why
next
on
time.
earth
But
is it standing
the
there?
point is,
It's like
That's
that
a different
cinder
conversation.
block.
I didn't put it there. When we go on these trips, when we leave place to place in the mornings, especially with the RV, because some of the stuff is in the RV, some of the stuff is by, like, some of the stuff we kind of all lay next to each other, and somebody will like put it in one by one and fit the spots. So that's what had happened that morning outside. We all had brought the stuff, and we were all just like putting it in, and then I don't really remember where I didn't put it in the car because it was lined up with all the other suitcases.
someone
Hand up accountability, man.
Someone didn't put your bag in the RV correctly.
But my point is, normally I would put
Damn,
the
that
bag
person
in.
fucked up.
No, because now it just sounds like I'm not putting my bag in the car, when in reality,
Well, you
one
didn't.
person is standing.
White dispense zone.
One person is standing at that little trunk area, and it's like an assembly line. Somebody's
Sure.
like stacking them in.
Well, yeah, your bag is so big it
Forget
doesn't
the
fit.
size of the damn bag, okay? All right, the size of the bag does not matter, okay?
A duffel bag would not have flown through
Yeah.
that door.
Correct, but
a duffel bag would have stopped at that
it's a
door.
tough look for me to say that whoever packed my bag into the RV for me put it in wrong, but that is what happened.
You know what we need?
Because it was standing on its
That's
wheels.
a shitty hill to have
It
to
was
die
wrong.
on right
Can
there.
Can I
Rolling right
ask,
down
when
it.
you
It wasn't-
walked into the RV and saw your bag
I didn't
there,
see it. I had no.
were you blind?
Well, no, he
it's a
walks in
massive bag. It's
The
right in the
mornings of these when we go place to
Yeah.
place are kind of like blurs. Like
Yo,
no one really. Everybody's
he
kind
walks into
Yeah,
the
everyone's-
RV every morning. He stumbles in. He
15
gets into
minutes
his
late.
little seat.
puts his
goes
hoodie
like,
on.
He goes like this.
Yes, exactly.
He tears his collar up.
That is exactly right.
That's my move. That's my move.
We
That's what I
haven't been
do
on
in the,
time
in the car.
one morning.
No.
It is incredible.
Wait,
And I
me?
hate to be this guy.
Me?
No, it's
Or we?
it's usually you and others, but you're definitely a part of
You
it.
and others.
Well, it's always-
let's just name me and
Jet and
nobody
friends.
else.
Well, no, you're always
you're
late.
the main
You're
advocate.
always late.
Hey,
To leave the place?
But not everyone else is always late. You're
Put your hand
always
up,
late.
Jet.
No, I'm
Hand
not
up
putting my hand up
accountability.
this 'cause
If you put your hand up, I'll stop.
Yeah, we'll stop.
All you
That's
have
how
to
the
do is
hands
hand
work.
up.
Accountability.
Yeah, that's
If
it.
you say that's
talk
on
about
me,
it.
and it's
He doesn't
over.
want it.
Let's,
He doesn't
let's talk
want it.
about it.
Raise that hand.
If you want to talk about it, go
No,
ahead.
because I walked in and I said, "Wow, here's the thing." Because I don't even want to say what. Because now I'm 0 for 1 with that van. I'm a punctual guy in real life.
Oh, my God.
Like when you guys come to pick me up, sometimes I'm standing outside.
That's
waiting
true.
for-
No, I'll give you that.
The morning. I don't know
Mornings.
why. I think it's. You said something where I always forget when we're leaving. I always just re-ask.
always-
when we're
Like
leaving.
we'll say to you the night before we're leaving at 9:30, 9:30. It is minus 10,000 that he'll text in the morning. What time are we leaving?
Yeah.
See, I don't
Joe's
hate being
the
that.
same
That's not
way.
me,
Joe,
though.
you're the
That's
same
not
way.
me.
I'm a little
What's
oblivious.
You're the same
I'll
way.
put the hand up. I'm a little
Hey,
bit.
that's
Take
all
him
it
out.
takes.
I'm a
That's
little
what it
perfect.
takes right
I
there.
will say
Everyone
something.
over.
I'm not going to say
I
anything
will
about
say
it.
this.
That's a cop out.
Good
No,
hand
it's
up.
not a cop. It's accountability.
Really good
It's-
hand up.
By the way,
I'm oblivious sometimes. I will
Look
say
at
this:
you.
I'm either really like one of the first ones early, or I'm late. There's no in between.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
I'm either like the first one on the bus, or I'm like straggling.
You know
along.
what? You know what? Fuck it. It's on me.
We're out.
Nice.
My bad.
I'm done. It's over.
My
It's
bad.
over.
My
It's
bad.
over.
You know what they say?
Whoever
Hand down,
packs-
man
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
By the way, it's a new thing. By the way, out there, if you're ever in a pickle, just put your hand up, say that's on me, and people are not allowed to really give you shit or
Yeah.
be mad at you anymore.
accountability,
You've,
baby.
You've taken accountability and you move on.
It feels good saying it.
It does.
Yeah.
Like, hey, that's on me. My bad.
It's like a
And
weight
then-
lifted off your shoulders.
And then nobody, there's nothing more to talk about.
Yeah.
The RV is sick though. I took a schluff in the back today.
Schluff?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you look like a dead body.
I was a dead body, dude.
I looked at
Ass
the
is
dude.
up.
You,
Ass was
I'm
up.
ass
You
was
were
up.
ass.
You had like one leg over the other. You look like how I would shove a body.
You know
in the
what?
back.
The whole,
he
this
got-
whole trip, I was like building up the courage to be like, can I take the bed back there? Because I sat in the same spot every day, and I was so exhausted, and I didn't know. It's one of those where like it looks super comfortable, but you just never know.
It
Like,
is
I didn't
comfortable.
want to give up my spot to go
Yeah.
there and then be like, I want my spot back. It wasn't as comfortable. It wasn't like such a good bed, but it did its
It's a
job.
bed.
Yeah,
You
it
know
did
what I
its
mean?
job.
Like-
I passed out.
He
Ass
got up. He got up. He was wearing shorts, and his shorts rolled up like this.
Okay, we don't-
Okay,
what are you
whoa,
doing?
whoa,
Like
whoa,
that?
whoa,
And Tick's
whoa,
like,
whoa,
look
whoa.
at those stop. I get demonetized, bro.
That's a lot
I
of
don't know which one of
skiing.
you two started that with him. It's so true. When he gets into the RV, he just goes,
Yeah.
It's not the RV.
Just-
It's not the RV. It's everywhere, dude. That's the face of just.
say something. You'll just go like this.
Yeah.
Like side eye. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Like I will kill you right now.
What?
Listen, welcome to the program. Like this is what we're doing. I don't know what to say. Like it's not going to change.
Jet has been happier, just in shorter stints.
Do you think RV is the play?
for this, it really was. It added.
Yeah, we
And
don't
again,
go.
we said it on the last one. It was kind of funny. Like we really did kind of create the illusion like we were on that thing the entire way. In reality, it was like a few hours here and there. But I just think it really did make.
We
it
never
a
slept
lot-
in it.
No,
No.
not,
Not like
close.
overnight.
Never
no.
needed to.
Never connected it.
You guys, it was
Somehow
like,
drained the battery.
yeah.
Remember we went to an auto zone.
Yeah.
God damn, yeah. That was.
It's gonna be
man.
a tough turn in tomorrow.
We should do it again one time, but like a true road trip, like when we're in the car for longer periods of time.
It's like we
to
did with New
state?
Mexico.
Or is that not? Is that something I can interest
I
you in?
think
or-
that's always been something that up your alley. But then you just get so when we went to
New Mexico. Santa Fe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is a great trip.
It's a great trip.
It was
Yeah.
exhausting.
long-
though.
Well, that's
It is.
that one's a little too far. I don't mean something that long, but something like a 5-hour road trip. My favorite moment of the trip so far was when you guys were drunk after one of the challenges we did. Y'all hauled in the RV. I was driving, and we just did the name me game.
Oh,
the
yeah.
questions.
That
The
was
name me game.
Bob passed
That
out drunk
was-
for about 30 minutes, and then he woke up with just weird drunken energy.
Yeah.
Bored,
No, he was on a
drunken
Smithy.
energy. Yeah.
That was one of my favorite. The vibes during that name me game was
That's all. I love that shit, man.
Me too.
Or we play like a trivia game with each other, like, well, give me the guy who did this or whatever.
That's right.
That is a blast. Okay, now we're gonna head on over to our Q&A. And by the way, folks, at any time, fire on into the Bob Does Sports DMs. Send a message. We're constantly looking at those things. So fire on in, Q&A. Ticket, what do you got?
First question comes from Dixony Murphy. He wants to know, and this question is very similar to our Brilliantly Dumb show punishment if you lose the league, but it's a little bit different. So, everyone in McDonald's for 24 hours, one burger knocks off an hour. Who leaves first and who leaves last?
Well, you're leaving first.
Ticket
Yeah,
leaves
Ticket's
first.
leaving first.
Okay. I think Joe could, if he needed
He's
to
gonna
leave,
do
you
double- That's a
could
good
give me a
point.
run.
Yeah, but you would just do the double quarter pounder so that you'd bang yourself because you wouldn't want to have more bread.
Yeah, that's true.
I would just house cheeseburgers.
No, of course. Yeah.
I would just try to house, and we've already done a cheeseburger challenge where we waxed that ass, but we had, I think, Bob, what did we have, 12 each? We did like 12 or 13 and then we won, but like I think I could do a bunch of cheeseburgers. I think that would be the play because they're smaller, right?
Yeah, I think the two of y'all would have a good little battle.
I think
out
Jet
there.
would then be third, and then the two of you would have to
I
duke it
actually
out.
low key
Really?
when Bob is pushed up against
do
the
it.
wall, like these challenges, the last few, he has been sensational with how much he forces his body to eat. Now he throws everything up, so that would have to be a caveat if that's allowed
point.
or not.
That's an extra burger if you puke.
Yeah, I think
That's fine.
I think
I
if
would
he
take-
did
yeah, I
that
would
though,
take that.
he actually has impressed me with his eating challenge, where I think he might actually be the dark horse to win it all.
So,
Yeah, that's a good point.
me?
To come in
I'm the
last.
last one?
I think you would maybe come in last.
I
Yeah,
think so. I think also.
you and Jet would be the last.
Damn, you guys got real
No, I think Jet
issues.
would want to get the hell
You
out
guys
of
got
there.
I'd
real
be fast.
issues if
I'll
I'm
tell
the
you
last
this:
one out
if
of
it
the
was
fucking-
if it
You
was
like
if it was
savory
nuggets,
food.
I'd be first.
You don't just
That's right.
I
devour it.
understand, but look at me. If you guys are getting out of a hamburger eating competition before me,
Ticket
that says
eats
a lot
so
about us.
fast. When we get the food, it's gone. It's like it's.
I don't think anyone eats it faster than Jet. I just think I can
Really?
eat more than Jet.
Jet does eat fast, that's
but
true.
If it's a nugget challenge, I'll be out of there first for sure.
Yeah,
By
if
the
it's
way,
nuggets.
something that's hysterical to see when we had, and we did it so long ago, the Ticket came on the Brilliantly Dumb show, one of his first episodes, and did the hot dog challenge.
Yeah,
what,
that was
what did you do
amazing.
total for that? And he crushed it.
I
What
think
did-
it was 11 and a
13?
half, or was it 13?
I think you
can't
did
even remember
13
now.
hot
That was my
dogs.
first
How
appearance
long?
on that show.
He
10
crushed
minutes.
it.
like
was
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Dude, he absolutely it was the
Yeah.
funny, and watching him put these things back was fucking hysterical.
Did you do the water? Did you?
Yeah, he
I
had
did the water
dipped.
method. I sure did.
What was the other method? Yeah. What was the other method that you said?
It was like the
split and
Did you do two dogs?
It's
and
when
then
you
dip
it's when
the
you
bun?
split the two, and then you do.
But it had
water.
a name
Yeah.
for it.
It's
You
like the
kept saying-
Slinghausen method or something like that. Something
God,
German.
You said it. It was so funny.
A pioneer in Germany came up with that.
Did you look at did you train for this?
I did the day before. My dad cooked up a bunch of hot dogs, and we
Did
just
the same thing a day before?
the day before. Yeah.
Whoa.
That
Wait,
sounds
Do you
detrimental.
do you believe that was a mistake?
No, I don't because
You ate the same amount, or you just testing the method?
no, I ate the same amount in about
What?
10 minutes.
Oh my!
The reason for that is because if you go in without any training, you're fucked.
But
You
one
have to
day of
One
training-
Not-
day
not
of
that.
training?
It's like cramming
You
for
have-
a test.
you have
Then
to-
you go to class all semester, but if you don't study that night before,
Well, you have
putting
to ex-
ice
you
skates
have to
on for the
expand
first
your
time to
stomach.
go on the
I
ice
mean,
and then trying to figure skate.
yeah,
you got to expand.
Well, I went on the ice the day before. I tested
Wait,
the
are
surface.
you serious, Tick?
Yeah, I did it the
That
day before
is-
because I wanted to expand my stomach. I was watching YouTube videos
It's, okay,
on it.
that's, I don't hate the
That
point. It's
is
just a wild thing to
what?
hear.
I could understand like a week before he did like 2-3 days a week before, but
The wildest thing that I heard this week was Ticket telling me that when he was working at the Four Seasons when we were all together, that he went up into LaGiorno, which was the hair salon, in the middle of a shift. for 4 hours and got his hair dyed blonde and came back to his shift looking like Stan.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a wild.
Damn.
That's one of the craziest. I couldn't
And then
believe
he punched
it.
out.
Well, the idea was, you remember that phase where everyone was doing like steel colored hair?
Yeah.
Messi had
Like
it. Ryan
Neymar.
I like that.
Lochte.
But
Ryan
dude,
Lochte.
Ryan
So
Lochte
I
did
tried to
it.
do
Everybody
that,
did
but
it.
the reason I had to get it fixed at LeGiorno was I did a box job the night before. I tried to
LeGiorno,
do
and
it
I'm
on my own,
pizza.
and I butchered it. So the guy was already working behind the sticks. And and he tried to fix it the best he could, but I came out looking like
Third and
Stan.
18.
Man. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah,
All right.
that was unbelievable. I couldn't believe that when you said that. I just couldn't. It's at the Four Seasons. It's not like it was like a like a Motel 6. Like to get away with that is
Oh,
insane.
did you? They didn't say
You
anything.
can't keep getting away with it.
Can't keep getting away with it. What did they say to you?
No one ever caught me, so no one said shit.
No one caught you with blonde hair?
Oh no! The next day, HR came to me and was like, "Listen, that's probably you can't. That's not up to code for Four Seasons standards." And I said, "We'll see about that." And we never had another conversation about it.
Oh my!
You can't really do anything.
No, well, they could have fired
fire
me.
you.
Dude, it was like the Yankees. Like you had to be shaven,
couldn't have a
clean
beard.
shaven.
Yeah,
could
but
have a
like
beard.
dyeing your. I mean,
No, you
I'm sure
couldn't.
there was.
But
I'm sure
later
there
on
was
in
women
there,
that
yeah.
were there that have dyed their hair. It's probably your argument, right?
There was like
Sharon, you're not a blonde.
you could have like
That is a great point.
That's a great point.
All right, Tick,
Saying.
we'll take you off the hot seat. Next question, unless it's one at you.
Next one comes from Kevin Hughes, 1988. He wants to know if you guys could swap lives with anyone for 48 hours. Who are you picking?
I think it'd be pretty cool to be Dana White for a couple days.
That's not bad at all.
Live in
that's
Vegas.
Yeah, that's.
That's not bad
Have
at
a
all.
run of the town.
Can't use the Peloton though.
Would you do it
That's
for a
fine.
few days, Tick?
48 hours.
Oh,
48
48 hours.
That'd be a cool one.
I would do an athlete for sure.
You would?
Yeah, I gotta think. I gotta like zone in on it and like
I think I would do a musician.
okay.
That's
Someone
not bad.
playing
Like
like a
who?
massive, like maybe like Chris Martin from Coldplay.
That'd
You
be
know what?
cool.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
yeah, because if I'm
Tiger
an
Woods
NFL
would be
player
a
for
good
48
one.
hours, I could still
Well,
tear
I
my
don't know if it
Achilles.
is.
A lot
Yeah,
could go
that-
wild.
that's a
not be a
really
good
good
Because
one.
he's injured.
It's Tiger Woods, dog.
Yeah, I know, but he's
It'd be cool to be like a receiver.
Perez loves receivers.
It's kind of
Randy
weird
Moss,
'cause it's
maybe?
close, but Christian Kirk wouldn't be bad.
not at
Do
all.
a Christian Kirk for a couple days.
Not at all.
Imagine like
Jack,
Freaky
Jacksonville. You got
Imagine the
Trevor
show
throwing into
Freaky
you.
Friday.
That's
Perez and
pretty
Christian
chill.
Kirk.
Yeah, I
switch
mean, like-
bodies.
I bet.
Dude, does he have to be me for 48 hours?
Yeah, could you imagine how
That
funny that would be?
stinks.
I bet Christian would be down for the flop
Yeah.
to switch it up.
Christian
Look
Kirk
at
is the
that.
best.
Well, then
man.
maybe I'll switch with Trevor, and we could. I'll throw the ball to you.
Freaky Friday featuring Perez and Christian Kirk. I would watch that.
Voicemail,
That'd be
right about
amazing.
Jet's
loved
just
it.
not. He's not a rider. He's not a bet.
He has,
rider.
he has ridden on this
rider?
trip. He has
You're
ridden
not
for
a
the
bet
first
rider.
time.
You like to do it your way. You
Well,
know,
no, he wants to have it
I
all.
am very particular about
You
yeah.
ride for a
stuff.
quarter, then you hedge
Yeah.
the other side.
You know what live betting Chiefs is in the middle of the game? That's betting chalk, dude.
Yeah, it's
That's
chalky.
betting chalk. He's a
That's
chalk.
chalk.
That's
But-
a
but
chalky
hold on,
play.
That's a chalky play.
But chalk implies that they are
But
meaning that if I'm saying this is why it's not chalk because if they are plus money, they're not chalk.
I see
anymore.
what the
I like to
people-
bet. I like to bet better teams when they're down.
The
How about that?
golfers and the players and the teams that you bet on are chalk.
To say I bet
teams.
chalk is yeah,
Bet chalk.
Of course, but I'm betting them during the game.
The entire panel here tonight.
If you
would
get
all
Kansas-
agree that you
Yeah,
bet
the
chalk.
hand's not
Let me
going
get
up.
a hand up.
No,
accountability
I'm not
there.
doing that.
If there's anything to put a hand up on,
It's not
God.
Dude,
Dude,
no,
if
but
you,
guys,
if
you gotta hand up your
if you bet Kansas basketball at plus money, that is still betting chalk.
Okay, hand up then.
Okay.
Hand up.
Yeah, there we go.
We
There
just
we
had
go.
a different definition. then.
Yeah, because that's Kansas basketball. That's
You know
chalk.
why it is? Is he has this
literally
theory,
rock chalk.
He has a theory that whatever the spread starts at, the game should always
Yeah, it's mean
end up
reversion.
getting close to that
Yes, correct.
eventual like that script. But that doesn't always happen.
Of course, and nothing ever always happens. But that's like the idea. That's
But that's
the
your
idea.
that's your modus operandi when you're betting.
Totally.
Yeah, it's called mean
What he
reversion.
said.
Yeah.
Everything's going to get back to where it's supposed to. It's a really low scoring first half, but like it's gonna flip.
Last one comes from Blake Tiller. Who was everyone's top music artist this year? I think they mean from that Spotify rap
I got
thing.
mine.
But if
I'll
you
get-
don't know what it is,
Oh,
just
I
mine
got
is-
mine.
I'm Billy Joel.
Oh, I had Post Malone.
Post Malone's a
good
good
one.
one.
It's a good
I
one.
love Post
You know
Malone.
who I had? Morgan Wallen.
wow.
Yeah, you're a big one. I'm
I
Billy
love
Joel.
country, man. I've never been more into country than this year.
You had Billy Joel again?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's every
Who are
year.
you, Tick?
I was Oasis.
Oh, Oasis.
I like
is
that.
Big Oasis
sensational.
fan.
Nice.
It's Grateful Dead.
Grateful
There
Dead.
you go.
You got married in the belt. We talked about that with Papa Stubby as well.
Where did
the
you get that
Cumberbund?
thing, by the way?
Smathers and Branson.
Yeah, you heard it.
That's a-
That was a good question.
Yeah, it was a good
Yeah.
question.
Wait, who was yours again? Post Malone?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a big
Bro,
Post.
I love Post
But none of my
He's the
top
nicest
none of
guy
my
ever.
top songs for the year were
Same.
Grateful
Sure,
Dead.
but you just
Mine
listen to a
too.
lot.
right.
of
I just
different-
listened.
yeah,
I had two
totally.
Action Bronson songs,
Really?
which I
Action
was
Bronson.
proud of.
I had a Sleaze song in there.
Did
you really?
Skis?
I had a skis in my.
I had a ski song in there.
Wow.
I had a
That's
couple. I had
what-
a skis and Mike
Country
collab.
anywhere?
I love my homies.
This one's for my homies.
That's a. Isn't that a
That's
skis
Mike
Mike
and
collab?
yeah.
It is a collab.
I
Good
had
one.
one of those on there too.
Yeah.
What do you got? Days Go By.
No, it was
Country
Country
Anywhere.
no.
Was
it
it
was
Happy to be here.
No, it was living it up or something or
Life's good.
life got crazy.
Life got crazy.
Yeah.
That's a real good. But that's Mike.
Is skis not on it?
No.
I think so.
I listened to a lot of skis this year. And I
Period
met
was on it.
skis
Mike
2
Period.
years ago. With Bob.
It's skis.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of content on the way. That's been another edition. The Bob Does Sports podcast. We'll see you next time. To the moon, Bob Does Sports.